నమస్కారం. సో బాబు గారు మీరు మాట్లాడతారు, మీరు చెప్పండి సార్. శుభోదయం. వెల్కమ్ టు ది yet another important lecture from Dr. Visalakshi garu. This is the second level course of Sanaatana Dharma certificate course, and we are going to have a lecture from Dr. Visalakshi garu on Sanaatana Dharma. It's a series of lectures. So before we start our class, let's pay our respects to the nation by singing Vande Mataram. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam, Malayaj Sitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayaminim Pullakusumita drumadala shobhinim Suhasinim Sumadhura bhashinim Sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram. Namaskar.
Yes, sir.
Now I request Jayashree garu to do the pradhana.
Yes, sir. కనిపిస్తున్నానా సార్?
Go ahead. ప్రార్థన చేయండి.
ఎస్ సార్. అందరికీ నమస్కారాలు. 1 minute మెడిటేషన్, తర్వాత 3 times ఓంకారం ప్రార్థన. गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्री महागणाधिपतये नमः। ॐ प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामविद्र्यवतु। ॐ श्री महासरस्वत्यै नमः। गुरुरेव गति गुरुमेव भजे गुरुणैव सहास्मि नमो गुरवे। न गुरोः परमं शिशुरस्मि गुरोः मतिरस्ति गुरो मां पाहि गुरो। ज्ञानानन्दमयं देवं निर्मलस्फटिकाकृतिम् आधारं सर्वविद्यानां हयग्रीवमुपास्महे श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Om. Hari Om.
ధన్యవాదాలు గురుగారు.
ధన్యవాదాలు జయశ్రీ గారు. Thank you very much. Now I request Visalakshi garu to continue with the webinar, please.
ఓం శ్రీ మహాగణాధిపతయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ పార్వతీ రాజరాజేశ్వరాభ్యాం నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తయే నమః. ఓం శ్రీ మహాసరస్వత్యై నమః. ఓం శివాయ గురవే నమః. ఓం నమః శివాయై చ నమః శివాయ. ఓం నమః శివాయ. Today we have to know about Kutumba Vyavastha and the importance of marriage relationship, by which depends the happiness of individuals, the family, the society, and also the nation. Bhavaputi Mahakavi explained about the Dampatya Advaita Ananda Anubhuti in his Uttara Ramacharitra Nataka while explaining about Sita Rama's marital anubandha, marital relationship. Advaitam sukha dukkhayoranugatam sarvasvavastasu yedvisramo hrudayasya yatra jarasa yasminnaharyo rasaha kalena varanatyayat parinate yat snehasare stitam bhadram tasya sumanushasya kathamapyekam hi tat prarthyate. So, in our Sanaatana Dharma, the most important point is Kutumba Vyavastha, that is the Vaivahika Anubandha. It is this relationship actually which keeps all human beings united and gives strength and happiness to all individuals, physically and mentally also. When they are physically and mentally very much satisfied and lead happy life, they can grow spiritually and can get wonders in the life and make the whole nation feel proud of them. That is, our nation can be kept at the apex of the whole Vishwa, all the countries. So the Dampatya Anubandha makes people feel more secure and also very happy, and it protects it protects our society and our Sanaatana Dharma also. Since long time, ours is actually joint family. Since time immemorial, we can say all of us, our Sanaatana Dharma is Bharatiyas. They used to live together even though the mother and father are there, their children, then when they grow and get married, their life partners, then the children born to all of them, of course, the daughters would be sent to their in-laws' houses after marriage, but the brothers and the children, sons of all brothers and all their family members, they all used to live together. So the daughters, though they were sent to their in-laws' houses, every year they used to come once in a year at least along with their children, husbands and all. So our concept, Sanaatana Dharma's concept is Vasudhaiva Kutumbaka Bhavana. All human beings are one family. The whole world is one family. So we all human beings are like brothers, sisters, relatives and all. In fact, ours is Manava Jati, we say. Just as Vriksha Jati, Jantu Jati, the several Jatis are there. So in Manava Jati, Jati means only Samuha. All people of that category together, Samuha is called as Jati. Originally, all human beings are Sanaatana Dharma is only, and the entire world was ruled by Manu Chakravarti, we can say. Then Manu is actually not just an ordinary human being like us, but he belongs to a higher category of divine capacities. So, due to the change of time, of course, several changes took place. Though people are residing at different parts of the world now, all of them are Sanaatana Dharma Anuyayis only, but later in due course of time, because certain changes took place, our country, Bharata Desha, is divided into different countries, now known, called by different names. Similarly, the kings also, similarly, the languages we speak, and also the religions came into existence, and the beliefs and feelings of individuals holding a certain group of them started to develop. So different religions are there nowadays. We speak in the traditional, that in the traditions we follow and the culture which is inherited by us. So in fact, our Bharata Desha is Akhanda Bharata Desha, undivided Bharata Desha. Though there are people of different religions, different languages, who speak different languages, yet our civilization and culture, Bharatiyata, binds all the Bharatiyas together. In fact, it is the Samskruti, Sanaatana Dharma, and the language, the Samskrita Bhasha, tie all Bharatiyas together and make them a family, one kutumba. That is called as national integration, we say. Unity in diversity and diversity in unity also. As Bharatiyas, we all are one family. As human beings, all human beings of the entire earth, we all are, that is, people of all nations. We are all one family. Manava Jati, Manavatva, we must say. So family means there would be a head of the family, and in his perusal, under his guidance, all other members of family, all family members, they go together, do all the duties, share pleasures and troubles, whatever they experience in life equally, and live very happily. So in our Hindu society, since thousands of years, lakhs of years, we can say, there were joint families only. So the father, the mother, their children, father's brothers, their wives and children, all of them live together at one place in one house. In those days, very big, big houses were there. So many rooms were there. So, and also very big halls would be there. All people can sit together, talk together, eat together, and share their happiness, pleasures, mutual love and all. So the sisters of that father, and also the mother and father's daughters, of course. After their marriages, they go to their families, their own families, but would be coming to mother's, father's house occasionally, either for the festivals or on any due occasions, marriages, etc., functions. If no function or nothing is there, even then once in a year at least they used to come and meet all of them. So among all the family members, whoever earn anything, they would hand over their earnings to the father, the head of the family, and he will take care of all the necessities of either education or food or health or any other matters of all the members of the family with due care. To whatever point importance is to be given, he will give, and no other person will object to whatever that head of the family does, because he will not have any partiality on anyone or any envious feelings on anyone, because all of them are his own family members. So everybody of that big joint family, they respect and love each other befitting to them. So just as all the brothers love and respect each other, similarly their wives also, they also behave mutually as if they are their own sisters. In fact, they used to love their co-sisters more than their own sisters, because this relationship is more important, in fact, than that relationship. If any one member of the family gets any problem or any illness or something, any necessity, then all the members of family together used to share and solve that problem, whatever that comes at that time. So all co-sisters, they also treat all the children of all brothers equally, as if they are their own children. Thus, they show their motherly love for all the children. With much cooperation and due respect, they share the duties of the house, either cooking or cutting the vegetables or cleaning the house, cleaning the vessels, washing the clothes, then taking care of all children, small children, many people, children would be there. So one person would take care of all the children and all. Thus, they share the duties. All the children used to go with with discipline and self-confidence, because so many elders are there. They teach them what is good, what is bad, how to behave in life, what sort of good traits they must develop and all. So if aged people, if old people get any disease or any problem, then suppose they become bedridden, then all the members of the family, especially the grandchildren, they take much more care of their grandparents, grandmother, grandfather and all, and serve them with utmost love, devotion and care. So the household work is also that similarly shared, and all the duties they do sincerely as they have divided. Everyone is very conscious of one's own duties. So in such joint families, in the olden days, nearly 35 to 40 people used to reside at one place in as one family. So our minimum 20 to 25 also may be there. So all of them together, they cook and do all the necessity works and take care of all the members, elders, youngers, and all other people of the family. So during the festival times, or even otherwise also during occasionally also, or during the holidays time for education of their children, then they together will prepare the eatables. The so many sweets or hots. And in those days, every family member, they prepare in their own houses. They share mutually with other family members of their grandma, their village neighbors and all. But nowadays, of course, most of the families, they never prepare with their hands with much love, care and all. Always bring from sweet shops, or so many shops are there. Swagruha foods and all, they are getting, even for the festivals also. So in the olden days, when there were joint families, the elders, they used to narrate the stories of Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, and to all the family members during afternoon time and night time, when all family members become free. They all used to sit at one place, a big hall, and one of the members every day, they used to tell, because all of them are aware of all these. They study our Dharmika Granthas and Vaidika Vangmaya. So they share their views, they discuss the doubts, and they try to know the inner meanings and depth of the meanings behind all the incidents of Bharata, Ramayana, Bhagavatam, and so many inner meanings are there. They used to discuss. They used to make small children recite and learn by heart the beautiful poems of original Vyasa Bharata, Telugu Bharata, then Samskrita Ramayana, Valmiki Ramayana, and Potana Macha's Ramayana. Thus, they used to learn by heart all the slokas, poems, and all. Then, in those days, Harikathas and Purakathas, people used to say, and all people, they used to enjoy a lot, and they encourage such kalakaras. They are all very great, having talents of those fields. So all people used to lead a very happy, righteous life, following morals, naitika viluvalu, as we say. They all follow the morals. When other religions, people's invasion started recently, a few thousands years ago, then onwards, actually, so many changes took place in our families and family system also. The invaders, they looted crores of our property. They snatched away, and also they destroyed the Dharmika Granthas. They burnt them into ashes. Some of them they drowned into the waters of ocean. They thought that if all our Granthas, our knowledge is destroyed, our Sanaatana Dharma would vanish, and they can spread their mata here. And because our Bharata Desha was Ratna Garbha in those days for crores and lakhs of years, many people looted our jewels, diamonds, navaratnas, gold, and everything. And also the property, prosperity, the earth mata, Bhumata gives us, even that is greater than the other lands. So they used to take away and loot away all these. So even then, though several times, several people tried to dominate our Sanatana Dharma and destroy us and rob away our Granthas and all, even then our Sanatana Dharma is reviving, and it is still remaining, and it will remain because we are practicing that. As long as we observe our dharmas, keep belief in our traditions, customs, Sanatana Dharma, dharmic way of life, the teachings of all the Shastras and Vedas, nobody can do any harm, but we must follow. By following our dharma, we can protect. So slowly these people, when they started to take over our families and do much more harm, then slowly the joint family system also got stuck, and it got disturbed, and it broke, of course, into pieces when Mughals started to rule us, destroying the temples, etc. And even that brought changes in the mindset also. A few of them, it is quite natural when certain changes are taking place in society, it will have the effect on mind and thinking also, life way also, style of life. So when foreigners started to rule us, our Bharatiyas, then they adopted the method of divide and rule the policy. So by this great gap took place to our society and our family system, Kutumba Vyavastha, and seeing them, our people also, we say in our Telugu, Puluni chusi nakka vata pettukundi. So this is a sort of saying, seeing the tiger, the fox, that even that should make a sort of stripes on his body. So thus our people started to imitate the foreign culture because they are being impressed by them. So a lot of changes took place in the mindset of people. Then they became, in fact, slavery they started to do. They became slaves mentally also, not only physically, to the foreign people, Britishers mainly. And they wanted to imitate their culture and their style of living. So single family system started to develop, and many changes occurred in our kattu bottu, we say, the style of dressing, and the tilakam or vibhuti, something we keep, and people started stopping that. Then the methods also, how to lead the life, they forgot, and they started to imitate. Though division started in our society, even then at that time also, all Hindus together strived in getting independence to our country, and finally we could succeed, and we have achieved Swatantriya to our Bharata Desha. But by that time, most of our people started to imitate and follow Western culture, and they were under such an impression that because the foreigners built all these buildings, we are living happily. Because they have started the universities and colleges, our people are studying. That is all very wrong notions. Even then, we can't help. People started to get influenced in such a way. So they became selfish and bhogalalasas also, enjoyers of worldly pleasures. Then slowly, Tyaga Bhavana, which was the root feeling of our Sanaatana Dharmanuyayis, that started to disappear from the minds of individuals of our society. So, because our Gurukula system of education is completely eradicated by them. So, Gurukulas were not there, are not there. In the olden days, all people, for crores and lakhs of years, people used to study the Vedas, Vaidika Vangmaya completely through Gurukulas, Guru Sishya Parampara teaching. Then in place of Gurukulas, they completely removed them. And nowadays, of course, here and there, rarely one or two are there. The foreigners, they introduce their Western style of education, and kindergartens they started. At the age of 3.5 years, people, even at 2.5 years, they used to send to nursery, then at 3.5 years, LKG, UKG, this and all. So our Indians lost respect and confidence in the greatness of our own Sanaatana Dharma, our own great Maharshis, who are the well-wishers of entire mankind and entire creation. So our wisdom and culture started to get loosened a little. So slowly many changes took place in our society also. Even this damaged the family system, Kutumba Vyavastha and joint family Vyavastha, Ummadi Kutumbalu, as we say. Ummadi means together. People started to live separately as single families with just their own children. That is when the children get married. That boy, the son and his wife, they go separate. They take separate house and go. They do not live along with their parents. Leaving the elderly parents, they go and start to lead their life. Then they get children. That is single family. Now and then, of course, they can come. These people also can mutually, they would be meeting, of course, even then single family. Because they want to lead, they want to have privacy. They want to live according to their will and wish, as per their desires and all. So when they get children, they grow elders and become elders. When they celebrate the marriage, they go separate again. So the single family system came into existence. Rarely joint families are there. They feel that all their actually mother and father at any time in any family, they always want their children to be in front of them. They want to live along with their children, sons, daughter-in-laws, grandchildren, then daughter, son-in-law, their children and all. They want to live together uh, with all their children and all. But the youngsters, they want to live separately. So now this separate individual family system started developing. So at this present age now also, both men and women, because they are doing jobs. In the olden days, the ladies, the women never used to go out and do the works. They used to do their own duties in the family, in the house, taking care of all individuals, all members of the family. And even then they study a lot, though not go to schools and get certificate. They used to study all the Vedic Vangmaya Granthas and get real good knowledge. But in the medieval ages, normally, slowly, always change comes and people used to go to the schools and all. In the olden days also, people used to study, going to Gurukulas, even women. Like boys, they also got the sacred thread ceremony, Yajnopavita, Dharana, then Upanayana Samskara and all there. But they study in a different manner. And begging alms, as we say, Bhikshatana, the boys go to Gurukula as per Guru's instruction, they get this Bhiksha from Gruhastas. Whereas these women who got, the girls who underwent this sacred thread ceremony, Upanayana Samskara, they also used to do Bhikshatana, but among their own relatives. So thus, but in the medieval age, all these customs have gone. At the modern age, it is not at all there. So, because when then if all family members, when both wife and husband are going out to do the jobs, who will take care of the children? If joint family system is there, grandmothers, grandparents and other members of the family will take care of all the children of their people. But nowadays, because single families, now what they are doing, they are keeping their children in baby care centers. Baby care center people take care of children as a profession. They take money and do the work only with duty consciousness. But grandparents, they take care of children with love, affection, and much care. So a lot of difference would be there. Even then, of course, the several changes took place in society, which are spoiling the happy and healthy growth of people, we can say. So when moral and ethical values disappear from the minds of people, then naturally greed and lust would occupy that place in the minds of all people. So atrocities started to afflict girls especially and women also. So government made rules for the protection of the girls and the women. Then later, these ladies, they started to misuse these laws and they threat their husbands, in-laws, people and members of in-laws family and all. So such incidents started to take place in the families. Then they naturally cannot live together. When once hatred comes, one person does any harm to other, how can they live together? They cannot live. So that happiness of the family, kutumba vyavastha itself got vanished from their lives also. So though the big joint families may not be there, even then at least the single families also, they must live along with their children at least, though not very big families. even that is not occurring. Mother, father, their children, they live. When children grow and get married, then also, if they live together with these parents and when they get their children, grandchildren, that would be very pleasant and happy family, because the mother and father, they would be very happily leading their life under the affection and care of their children, sons, daughter-in-laws, and caring their grandchildren. And grandchildren can learn a lot from grandparents than from mother and father, because mother and father would be engaged in so many works, duties, jobs, and all. So they may not be having much time to take care of and spend. But the grandparents, they teach morals. They tell so many stories. They make the children realize the greatness of importance of the life and achieve the aim of the life of human beings. So if even after marriage, the sons live together with the parents, parents would be very happy. So at least now people must recognize this point, that their mother and father should lead life throughout their life. They must live happily. That occurs only when their children stay there with much love and care. So the mother must always be treated as mother forever. The father must always be forever as long as he lives. He must be treated as the head of the family. But the parents never object to the desires or works, whatever the children want to do. So only what they wish is they must be respected properly and loved properly. That's all. But due to these foreign cultures' influence, our people's minds are being polluted, we can say, and filled with the feeling of egoistic freedom, not happy freedom. So physical, selfish enjoyments are taking place in their minds. So at present, many old age homes are coming, and because these aged people are being sent to the old age homes. And old age homes and also orphan homes also, sometimes they send these people. So parents love their children. They want to live along with them. But the most of the daughters-in-laws, they never, nowadays, in the olden days, they always love, respect and all. Nowadays, the sons also, they want to live with the parents. Even then, most of the daughter-in-laws, they never want to live along with in-laws. So what happening is a nuclear family system developed. So they want to live with their husbands, with their children. Of course, they can live happily, but if they take care of the elders now and then, that would be happy life only, because individually they can live happily and these people also can live happily. So such a situation is coming. So our ancient sages, they recognized, they realized it long back. That is why they arranged the Chaturashrama way of life. That is wherein everyone will lead very happy life and dharmika way of life by Chaturashramas, Brahmacharya, Gruhastha, Vanaprasthasrama and Sannyasasrama. So when their children's marriages are celebrated and one son or daughter is born, they used to go to Vana forest, taking Vanaprasthasrama. If they leave the family and go away like that, then both of them, that mother, father, would live very happily with peace of mind, being leading spiritual life there in the ascetic life in ashramas, hermitages. Now these people can live happily, doing all their duties, taking care of their children and all. So as soon as they see the face of the first granddaughter or grandson, it is said that the grandparents, the parents, they must go to Vanaprasthasrama after. That is, the grandparents have to go to Vanaprasthasrama. leaving their children and grandchildren. So in Western countries, mostly they do not have this actually long marital anubandha. So after marriage, they live together mostly for 5 or 6 years. They say if they remain together for 7 years, they say it is a wonder. So we do not know because that was their culture. So they get used to the attractions, worldly attractions. So after that is after 7 or 8 years, mostly they get separated, they marry some others, giving divorce to these life partners, but they might have got children. Then what about children? The children love to live along with mother and father always. But when the father is separated, mother is separated, with whom they have to live? So they mentally they become disturbed and distressed. So for 10 to 12 years, the parents, of course, they take care of the children. But after 12 years also, the love would be there, affection, togetherness, but different family system. So the children, they used to earn of their own and lead single life. Then they grow still more, then they get attracted towards somebody. So that was their way of life. That is why in the foreign countries, many old age houses are there. Many people, when they become aged, they do not have any relatives along with them, either children, grandchildren, and all. They would be separate and they would be longing for this happiness. Mentally, they become distressed. So, due to this sort of life, there are only attractions and not real heartily love and affection as it is in our Sanatana Dharmika way of life and in our Kutumba Vyavastha. But because all of them are human beings only, they will have attraction, of course. Even then, attachment also would be there. They also want to live along with their children. They want to spend time along with their grandchildren and children of both the parents, of course. Then sometimes they may meet my previous wife or that is ex-wife, ex-husband, their children, like that they used to introduce. Since the parents are separated, somebody would become the caretakers of these children sometimes in their civilization. So out of that couple also, one of them, either mother or father, may wish to get separate, or they may wish to live with the children sometimes. But this partner may or may not be willing to stay along with the other children. So thus how clashes would be coming. In their society, it is common, of course, to get divorces and get separated. But nowadays, many of them also, they got influenced by our Sanaatana Dharmic way of life and Hindu marriage system, Hindu Vivaha Vyavastha. Many of them, they are coming to our Bharata Desha and they are celebrating, they are doing marriages under the guidance of the priests, giving dakshinas to them and decorating themselves as bride and bridegroom. And they want to live together lifelong, that bonding. They also want to accept and live together without giving divorces and all. That is very good development, the influence of our Sanatana Dharma over them, because they have recognized and realized the fact that by living together throughout the life jointly, we can lead more happy life. Much more happier they would be than when they get separated from their life partners. So actually, the same is the case with the children also. They also want to live along with the parents, but when they got separated, these children will get depressed and distressed. That is why their mind also, because they are mentally not satisfied and happy, it turns into crooked manner. So the very system of family system itself is making people very happy and satisfied. Thereby, they follow the morals and good conduct. They lead very happy life. Naitika viluvalu, as we say. So our kutumba vyavastha makes people tied with anubandhas, and people lead very successful life. And also with manavatva, they can live. With all morals, they lead the life. So kutumba vyavastha is the cause of such happiness of the mental condition of individuals, families, and the whole society and nation also. So in our Sanaatana Dharma, only once we celebrate the marriage. For one boy, only one girl, and for one girl, only one boy. Once in the life, the marriage would be celebrated. And that marriage, of course, while explaining this Shodasa Samskaras, we learned much more about this Vaivahika Bantha Vivaka procedure and the bonds they are doing, the promises they are doing, the way of life, how they are doing, what all are the duties of wife and husband, the gruhasthas, everything. So this family system is dependent on that. It is due to that moral binding, the kutumba vyavastha would be very happy in our families. In our Sanaatana Dharma, when once the marriage is celebrated, they never want to break that bond. They always want to live throughout the life. As long as they live together, and also they pray that the same life partner and same children must come to them in the next life also. Punarjanmas, like that we wish. Moreover, we wish that for other janmas, that is Sapta Janma Bantha, we say. So thus we celebrate and we feel. So we celebrate this Vivaka Bantha. We believe that it comes from 7 births. So there is no diverse system in our Sanaatana Dharma, but nowadays, after the marriage, immediately, for silly reasons, they are taking divorces. They do not have the adjusting temperament nowadays. So the divorce system is entering into our Sanatana Sampradaya Baddha Jivita also. Our culture is different, yet that culture is also coming and taking place here. So our marriages would be celebrated with the Agni Sakshi, we say, the fire god at the witness, and also all other gods, so many Mukkoti Devatas, we say, all of them are the Sakshis, witness for our marriage, not only human beings who come, relatives and all. And mutually, the bride and bridegroom, they take oaths, they do pramanas, they do pramanas. So they have to keep them up. When once we give a word, we must keep it up. And so they never deceive each other. They never get separated. They always want to love and lead happy, mutual life together. So when they know the meanings of the promises they are doing, how can they get separated? They can never. So they will never get separated till death separates them. Even then, when one person leaves the body and goes away, the life becomes miserable to the second person. Mentally, that second person would be so much having attachment with that life partner, they cannot live separately happily. Somehow they lead the life and then they leave the body. So such is the greatness of our Vivaka Bantha. The wife and husband love each other and take care of them mutually. So that is Advaita Anubandha, we say, Vivaha Bantha. So in our Sanatana Dharma, Eka Patnitva is given to men and Pativratya to women. Tatra chan Bala Devi Swarupa, Bala Sarve Sri Rama, says a song, Samskrita Geya. So Sri Ramachandra's Ekapatni Vratta is well known, world known fact. Then Sita Mata's Pativratya and many Pativratas are there, and their stories are also known worldwide. Sri Sita Ramas are the ideal couple to the entire mankind, especially to all Bharatiyas. In our Sanatana Dharma, after marriage, the couple may enjoy life while doing all the duties in dharmika way of life, righteously. But when children are born to them, they become mother and father, and they became as if they are mother and father, the parents only. Then they never wish that they are individuals, male, female. They want to have enjoyments, etc. That feeling gets downed, and then the matrutva, pitrutva arises, and thus always they take care of their children to bring them in dharmika way of life, uplifting them to the higher levels, socially and spiritually also. And parents take care of children, and children take care of parents in our family when they grow old. So just as mother and father takes care of children when they are kids, educate them, take care of them, and in every way they are the protectors of them. Here, of course, God is the protector of everyone. So similarly, when parents grow, the sons and daughter-in-laws, grandchildren, they take care of these elderly people. So their minds will always be very happy, and with peaceful life, they can lead the entire life. So they get secured, because when they are amidst the kith and kin, that security feeling would be there. So by such marriage system, Vivaha Vyavastha and joint family system, joint family, ummadi kutumbalu, as we say, this relationship among family members would increase, and peace of mind would be prevailing all the people, and all of them can be very happily lead their lives with normal lives. So even children feel secured, and they study well, uh, developing all-round personality, we can say. And they work with enthusiasm, zeal, spirit. And because when people, parents are praising them, when grandparents are loudly, they say, when they are taking care of grandchildren, people grow, the grandchildren grow in a all-round manner. So good development would be there in the growth of body, mind, and feelings, and samskara, the personality. So the experiences of grandparents, grandmother, grandfather, they would help the grandchildren also. The parents and grandchildren develop their sahana shakti, how to endure, how to face the troubles, how to think of to come out of any problems when any samasyas come there. So like that, elders can, with their experience, they can give advices to their children and to grandchildren also. The feeling of giving and taking would be developed. So they will understand the concept of tena tyaktena punji thaka, we say. We must enjoy the pleasures of entire world by with the feeling of offering to others. We must give to others, then it comes to us. So in such joint families, every day appears as if it is a festival, because many people are there. Everyone would be happy, cheerful, enjoying, cutting jokes, then cooking very delicious items and all. Everyone would feel responsible for the happiness of all the members of family. Especially according to our Sanaatana Dharma, aged people would be honored very much, and special care would be taken by all family members. So if families are strong, the society would be very strong. And when society is very strong and united, the nation would be very strong and very great, and nation would be very powerful and would be honored among other countries, other nations. Actually, the real happiness of individuals lies in family relationships only. Every one of the family enjoys the childhood of children, because in such families they prepare all varieties of food items neatly at home, only chanting the devata, doing daivanama smarana, mantra japa, devata namas and stotras. So with the wish that all family members should eat them feeling very happy, then with such feelings when they are cooking, the spiritual power also enters into all the items. So thereby, by eating such items, people get physical health and spiritual growth, and mental thinking also would be very broad-mindedness would be developed. So after cooking, always we offer to that to God nowadays also, and in the olden days also, they used to do the puja, then offer all these items to God. Then all these food items become prasada. When after doing naivedya, this prasada would be served to all people. Prasada means the blessings of gods. So by eating such prasada anna, people will live very happily with health, wealth, peace of mind, and respect in the society. So they never go outside for food or anything. Everything would be prepared at home by elders only. So at this present age, because single families are there, and wife and husband, both of them are doing jobs, and they would come home tired a lot. So they feel they cannot cook. And both of them are earning plenty of money would be there. So they put orders from outside, and that food they eat. They do not know who is doing, who is cooking, with what sort of feelings. That Thanda Suddhi should be there. Vastu Suddhi should be there. Ahara Suddhau Sattva Suddhi, we say. With whatever feelings they cook, those feelings would come to these people who eat that food and consume that food. That is why the minds got polluted nowadays, because those who are cooking outside with so many tensions, stresses, they would be working there only for getting money and for livelihood. How can they remember dharmika feelings? How can they chant Daivanama Smarana? No. So at least now people should recognize and realize the value of joint family system, and also they should come out of the infatuation of Western culture, Paschatya Samskruti, as we say, which is dominating the minds of us, our people. We must recognize, all our people must recognize the greatness of our Maharshis, our Sanaatana Dharma. This marriage bond is the base for an ideal family. So our sages considered marriage also as a holy kratu, very pious kratu, vrata. So it is not just a union of a girl and boy for physical enjoyment. The marriage is done for getting worthy children. Prajayai Gurkamethinam, we said. So marriage is done for keeping up the dynasty by getting worthy children. And marriage is done for the sake of clearing the Pitru Runa. Dharma Praja Sampatyartham Vrinimake, says the Vara in our marriages. So that dynasty should be prolonged, and another purpose of the this marriage is clearing the Pitru Runa, which comes to us by birth. So when we give birth to male children, then the person, the boy must, when parents leave the body and go away to father, grandfather and great-grandfather. For 3 taras, we say, they would be doing these tarpanas and all. So the family system and marriage bond will play a very important role in molding the citizens culturally, socially, physically, mentally, spiritually, also as best persons of the society and nation who can achieve great goals and do wonders and bring good name and fame to the family and also to our nation, and finally get liberated, get mukti also. In our Sanatana Dharmika way of life, dharma, marriage, Dharmika way of life, marriage is a ritual. Ritual means kratu, we say, performed in front of gods with the powerful mantras, sanctified mantras. At that time, the bride and bridegroom are taking the oaths that they would lead, they would never trespass each other in dharma, artha, and kama. So through this trivarga sadhana, they achieve the fourth chaturvarga, purushartha, that is moksha. Apavarga they get. So our Sanatana Dharma speaks about this union of wife and husband to gain children, Santana, as Mahasamkita. It is given in Taittiriya Upanishad. So Upanishad says, Atha Athi Prejam. Preja means children. So Atha Athi Prejam, Mata Purva Rupam, Pita Uttara Rupam, Preja Santhihi, Prejananagum Santhanam, Ityati Prejam. This is the mantra. So our sages divided our lives into Brahmacharya, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa ashramas. The Gruhasthasrama, household responsibility, is in fact most important and greater among all these four ashramas, because the Gruhasthas take care of brahmacharis, vanaprasthas, and even sannyasis by providing the meals, the food they eat. So they perform the yajnas, yagas, and please the gods. Thereby the gods reign at proper times. All the gruhasthas, they do nitya naimittika karmas and please the gods who give them what all dharmika desires they wish. Then they cooperate the nature, the prakriti, to function properly and honor the guests. Atithi Devo Bhava, we say. Atithirvai Narayanaka is our Sanatana Dharma says that is our concept. So we keep up those conditions also, which are given, that is the according to our Sanatana Dharmika way of life. When we lead the life with joint family system, respecting the elders and honoring the atithis, then finally taking care of even all animals, birds, beasts, and all, every individual can fulfill the final aim of his life, because he has come here from the God. We do not know whether we wished or not, but because of the karma seshas we remaining for us, we took birth. So when once we are born as human beings, we must utilize this human body, this upati, to live very happily, successfully here, and also to achieve the final goal of our life, getting mukti. So in our Sanatana Dharma, if once the marriage is celebrated, whether they enjoy or suffer, whether they live very happily or they may be facing so many hardships also, maybe due to other members or due to them only, or even due to God, even then they never get the feeling of getting separated. They live together. Sati Savitri, actually when her husband died, Sati Savitri followed Yamadharma Deva, pleased him and got the boon and got her husband revived. She never kept quiet when her husband died. So such is the ideal of our Satitva and the women of our Sanatana Dharma. Naladamayantis, when Nalamaharaja lost his kingdom and both of them went to the forest, then Damayanti followed Nalamaharaja. Actually, he asked her to go to her parents' house. Even then, she followed her husband and came to the forest. But there Nala Maharaja left her and went away during night time, thinking that when he is not seen by her, she automatically would go to her father's Raja kingdom and lead happy life there till these hardships go away. Until that Kalipurusha is predominating, he has to suffer. So till that time, he wanted her husband, he wanted his wife to be safe and happy. But she, of course, she went to her parents' house only, father's kingdom. But there she made her father and herself also. She tried to search her husband, finally recognized him. And when that Kalipurusha left Nala Maharaja, then he revealed his original form, and both of them, Nala Damayantis, led very happy life. Then King Satya Harishchandra also, he donated his entire kingdom and properties fully to sage Vishwamitra, and yet he got the debt to be cleared. Then Vishwamitra Maharshi sent a person, Nakshatraka, who is after him to clear the debt. Then this Satya Harishchandra, he sold his wife with her permission. She only insisted that her husband must become free from the debt. So she went as a servant along with her son, with their son, only one son, Lokitaksha. Then after that also, because still debt is remaining, Harishchandra himself went as a servant to somebody, and then he did the work of Katikapara, we say. So thus they never violated the dharma. And wife and husband, though they are separated, still Chandramati is always thinking of Harishchandra and Harishchandra of Chandramati. Ruru, a particular sage, that he is son of a very great sage, he offered his own span of life and got his wife Premadvati revived when she died by the snake bite. Such is the love of Dampati's wife and husband. So Dampatya Jivita Anubantha is of such great value in us, in our Sanaatana Dharma. Draupadi Devi followed her husbands, Pancha Pandavas, to the forest and did Vanavasa, and Ajnatavasa also along with them. So Sita Mata followed Sri Ramachandra. Actually, Kaikeyi wanted only Ramachandra to go to the forest for 14 years. Even then, Sita Mata followed her husband because she cannot live separately even for a single minute. She want to follow him. Chaye Vanugata Tava, said her father. So like the shadow, she followed her husband and lived happily there in the company of her husband, even in the forest, as if in Ayodhya, the kingdom. Then Urmila Devi, the wife of Lakshmana Swami. Lakshmana Swami, in fact, need not have to go to forest, but he also went to serve his mother, father, like brother and his wife, Vadina, as we say. So he is of such great noble traits. Then his wife also never objected. Such is the Dampatya Anubantha. Urmila Devi, the wife of Lakshmana Swami, she prayed God and completely donated her Jagrad Avastha to Lakshmana and took his Nidra Avastha herself. And she slept for all these 14 years till her husband again came there. This is explained in Urmila Nidra by Jayashankara Prasad, a very great Hindi poet, in his Urmila Nidra. So Sri Ramachandra and Sita Rama's, their Dampatya is very ideal. Then all these people, in fact, Urmila Devi, Lakshmana Swami, they are also so great, honorable couple, ideal couple. And Sri Ramachandra, throughout his life, he showed the greatness of human relationships and became ideal for Dampatya Dharma. We and all Hindus praise Sita Ramas as ideal couple. Sita Ramas alone are in fact, ideal to us as Manava Dampatis. So mutual relationship, because Ananya ki maya Sita Bhaskarasya Yatha Prabha, says Sri Ramachandra. Just as the light of sun is inseparable from the sun, similarly Sita is non-different to me. We both are one. So Sri Ramachandra and Sita Mata, though appearing as two, are one only, in fact. So Sita Devi's mind and heart are in Ramachandra's mind and heart. Sri Ramachandra's mind and heart are placed in Sita Mata's mind and heart. So that is the parakasta of Dampatya Dharma and Dampatya Anubandha. And even Trimurtis honored their wives by keeping them in their bodies. We know that sloka also recently. We explained that in the previous class only. So Parameswara is Ardhanariswara. Due to this Ardhanariswara Tattva arose the whole universe. So sage Manu said in his Dharma Shastra, Dvitha Krutva Atmano Dekam Arthena Purusho Bhavat Purushaha Abhavat Arthena Tasyam Sa Nari Vira Sa Nari Viroja Mastrujat Prepuhu. So the one ultimate reality divided himself into two parts, wife and husband, the male and female, that is wife and husband. So the wife and husband are together only one person, the Parabrahman himself divided into two. So the wife and husband, that is why Brahmadeva kept Saraswati Mata in his tongue. Then Sri Mahavishnu kept his consort Mahalakshmi Devi in his heart, and Parameswara gave the Vamabhaga, half of his body, to Adiparashakti, Jagannatha Parvati Devi. People should realize the greatness and importance of family system and happiness of these Manava Anubandhas, relationships. They should remove the nature of imitating foreigners and foreign culture. We all should keep up the sanctity and pavitrata of the Manava Anubandhas and Dampatya Anubandha, and must live very happy life, leading happy life, doing all our duties and responsibilities through Dharma Marga, righteous path. Even foreigners are being very much impressed by our Sanaatana Dharma, and also Sanaatana Dharma Battha Marga, dharmic way of life. That is why, because they have realized the greatness and importance of a married life and to be united lifelong, they also, or some of them at least, are trying to follow our systems, our culture, and our traditions and Nagarikata culture, as we say. Then that is why they are coming here and celebrating marriages. And of course, when our people are going there, they want to marry our people. That is, in fact, it is prohibited in our Sanatana Dharma. Varna Sankara, Jati Sankara, Mata Sankara should never occur according to our Sanatana Dharma. Whoever are born in whichever Varna of our country, we must get married, and not the people born in other races, other dharmas, other deshas. So we must follow our duty. We must not fall in the attractions of this worldly. This is all a sort of amazing, but we should not get involved in them. So they may follow, because ours is great, highly that is honored culture. So they can follow our culture, but they must marry their own people and lead married life together. That would be the ideal for them. Our people must marry people of our country, our race, our family, our varna. That is befitting to us. And we must lead happy life following all our Hindu customs and traditions, and observe, that is, do all the, as per our Shastras, worship all the deities, do all the duties, Nitya Naimittika Karmas, Yajna Yagadi Kratus, Dana, Tyaga and all, and Nitya Agnihotras and then Annadanas and all. So the entire world recognize the sanctity of our Dharma, of our Hindu married life. The way of life Hindus are leading with devotion, a proper respect to humanity, Manavatva, Daivatva, and from Manavatva, we are trying to elevate ourselves to Daivatva. So that must be followed by the entire mankind, all human beings. So entire world recognize the sanctity of our Dharma and our marriage system and the greatness of our family system, and are celebrating International Kutumba Dinotsava on May 15th every year. Foreigners are celebrating. So we also can honor that. So this is about our family system, Kutumba Vyavastha, and importance and greatness of our joint family system and Kutumba Vyavastha and marriage, Vivaha Vyavastha. So recognizing the importance of Vaivahika Jivita, everyone must take care of himself and herself to be in that dharmika way of life. Swasti for today. Swasti prajapyak paripalayantam nyayena margena makim makisah go brahmanebhya sukhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Swasti.
ధన్యవాదాలండి విశాలక్షి గారు. A very important topic for today's and the yesterday's generations also regarding Kutumba Vyavastha. You have explained all the finer aspects. Hope this will take the next generations much into happier and peaceful living. And we have 10 minutes time. So Padmavati garu, you can ask. Padmavati garu, yeah.
గారు నమస్కారం అండి.
నమస్కారం.
ఇంత చక్కటి కుటుంబ వ్యవస్థ గురించి చక్కగా చెప్పారు. అసలు సనాతన ధర్మం నుంచి కూడా భార్యాభర్తలు, తల్లిదండ్రి, అత్తమామ ఇవన్నీ చక్కటి కుటుంబంలోంచి అసలు ఈ డైవోర్స్ అనే పదం ఎవరు సృష్టించారండి? ఇంతలాగా కుటుంబాలు చిన్నాభిన్నం అయిపోవడానికి.
English, please. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah,
చాలా బాధ వస్తుంది అటు వింటూ ఉంటే. అసలు అందరూ కలిసిమెలిసి ఉండాలి, పిల్లలు, మనం, కొడుకులు, కోడళ్ళు, కూతుర్లు, అల్లుళ్ళు అందరూ ఉండాలి. ఇలా మీరు చెప్పినట్టుగా సంవత్సరానికి ఒకసారి పండక్కి రావడం, వెళ్ళడం, ఇంత పావన వ్యవస్థలో అవి మళ్ళీ పోవాలి. ఆ వ్యవస్థ అనేది వెళ్ళిపోయి మంచి కుటుంబంలాగా అందరూ కలిసిమెలిసి ఉండాలని కోరుకుంటున్నాం అండి.
అందరం అదే కోరుకుంటాం. We all wish that only. All of us must live together happily. Single families, Vasudhaiva Kutumbaka Bhavana also must develop, and all of us must, all other human beings also must have such good feelings. Then Vishwasanti automatically comes here. No hatred would be there on anybody for anyone.
Ravindra garu.
Gurubhyo Namaha, Guru Garu. Nowadays, in our country and so many other parts of the country, we are noticing so many illegal activities among the citizens. That's a rapism or gang attacking and everything. These are all, I think, lack of this proper Kutumba Vyavastha in each and every family. In olden days, wherever this Ummadi Kutumba was there was no such type of feelings. Everybody feeling their own responsibilities, that attending to their duties. Nowadays, it is lacking. That's why the generation is going in different way. They are causing so many disturbances to the society.
Correct.
So now this to bring back to the original days means again Kutumbas Vyavastha should be in a very proper way. Every father and mother has to play a major role to develop their children to come in, develop in a right way. Then only the nation will stood in right way.
Correct. Very good.
Okay. Thank you. Kameswara garu. Kameswara garu, you can ask your question now. Okay. So So you have posted your, you want to ask any question, Kameswara Garu?
హలో
Yeah,
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
అమ్మా నమస్కారం కామేశ్వరం అండి
నమస్కారం.
ఇప్పటిదాకా మీరు చెప్పింది విన్న
Yeah,
తర్వాత
English, please,
తప్పకుండా
English.
ఓకే ఓకే ఓకే
Yeah,
ఓకే ఓకే
right,
ఓకే ఓకే
right.
ఓకే ఓకే ఐఎమ్ సారీ ఆఫ్టర్ లిసనింగ్ టు యువర్ సెషన్స్ ద లాస్ట్ 2 months and particularly the last 2-3 days also, we feel so much energized that all of us should really work for revival of Sanatana Dharma. There's no doubt about it. But then the present conditions in the country, particularly one or two aspects like the present constitution of the country, then they say the language preference, then the very fact that the youngsters are losing confidence in our the traditional languages like Sanskrit and study of Vedas. So what should be really the action point for us? Now all of us realize that Sanatana Dharma has to be revived. It has to be brought back to the earlier position. But what should be the action points right from government to individual? At least a few of them.
Yes. Actually, we must have complete confidence in our Sanatana Dharma and the words of Maharshis, our Shastras, our Vedas. We must follow them sincerely in our lives, physically, mentally, spiritually, with all honesty. And when we are following, automatically children observe us, the elders, parents. And so they also automatically get involved in doing all the dharmika karyakramas, and they also, their mental setup would also be in the dharmika way of life only. But because actually it is due to the political influence very badly, because of their selfish motives, we can say, or influence of foreign countries, by force, influence of vimatas, other religions other than Sanatana Dharma, the other major religions which want to dominate our country, they are getting people they took under their control and they are forcing them. And all these people, they have happily, they felt under their clutches, and they are acting and they are creating a lot of damage and havoc in our Bharata Desha. So that political vyavastha should be changed, and such people who got such type of bent of mind should not be given the opportunity at all to be the rulers of our country. The great noble people who got respect on our Bharata Desha, love for all Bharatiyas, and regard and reverence to our Vedas, Maharshis and Shastras, such type of Nayakas, heroes, great leaders must be the rulers of our country, either state-wise or central-wise. So all those who want to contest either for MLAs, MCs, this, that, and all political parties, we must be able to keep a rule that they all must have the awareness, they must have the knowledge of completely study the Ramayana perfectly and absorb that and do practice that. That one is enough. Ramayana, Bharata, Bhagavata, Bhagavad Gita, our Vedas, our Dharma Shastras, Manu Dharma Shastra, whatever teachings are there, all this knowledge of all these Shastras must be studied by them. If such people become the rulers of our country, any country, then all people, the whole nation can live very happily, satisfactorily. Such havocs will not occur. But when Vimattastas are becoming the rulers of our country, when our Sanatana Dharma, people born in our Sanatana Dharma are not the leaders, those who do not, and those who are hypocrisies those who are born in our Sanatana Dharma, they themselves, we do not know why, for what reasons, but they came under the clutches and control of Vimatas and Durbhutis, Durbhavanas, we can say. Then when such people are having power in their hands, they are ruling the kingdom. How can we expect? Because there are, at least by God's favor, anugraha on us, still now also, now and then also, at each and every time, though very cruel people are there, people also were there, are there now also. So because of such great noble people and great patriotic leaders, our country is being sustained happily and is standing at head. Though differences are coming and suffering a little, yet we are keeping up our prestige and our happiness and our Samskruti still revived. So the most important duty depends upon all Bharatiyas, all individuals, to respect our Sanatana Dharma, our Shastras, in the words of our Maharshis, and follow strictly, sincerely. We must follow our customs. Kattu, bottu, chi, they say, in our dressing, in our wearing the either kunkuma or vibhuti, either urthva, pundra, or whatever may it be. We must exhibit ourselves that we are Sanatana Dharmanuyayis by our appearance, by our dress code, and by our hair. People, nowadays people are cutting, even girls, that's very bad. And also speaking, our Sanatana Dharmika way of life and thinking, the ideas also must be very good. We must say that Ahimsa Paramo Dharmaka, but the very next line is Dharma Himsa Tathaivacha. So definitely whoever foreigners, either Vimatastas or Videsha people, if they want to dominate our Sanatana Dharma, our Bharatiyas, our culture, our Devata idols, Vigrahas, our Devata Alayas, Devalayas, we must revolt, we must take revenge, we must teach them a lesson. Tit for tat is to be followed. That is Dharma, that is not Adharma. So I think,
Madam, should we not change our constitution also? Because constitution is also being misused nowadays.
yes, but the authorities, such great powerful people who are full followers of Sanatana Dharma, must come there and they must dominate. They must work as if they are the monarchs. Then only it will occur. Until we feel that ours is democracy, and democracy, in fact, in my view, democracy, our country is democratic country, means all branches of our Hindutva, our Sanatana Dharma, maybe either Jainism, Buddhism, Charvakas, or this, that, and other varieties of Sikhism and all, these people can be mixed along with our Sanatana Dharma, but not the other two dharmas which are trying to predominate us. So we need not have to share our adhikaras or anything with those people. Sanatana Dharma, in Sanatana Dharma, branches may be there. That is the secularism, not secularism in the sense other in Christianity, Islamism and Hinduism, three together, that should never be. When our country
Last
is
question, madam.
Yep. Now we are running out of time, so it's 8 o'clock.
That's right, sir. Last question, sir.
Please, we have to do pradhana, and later on we'll have the questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Jayasri garu.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितो ब्राह्मणः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधना सधना सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान्मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तसन्मङ्गलानि सन्तु स्वस्ति सर धन्यवादः मैडम
ధన్యవాదాలండి జయశ్రీ. Thank you very much.
Last question, sir.
Please, sir, can you please wait?
Janaganamana.
Yes.
Yeah. Please wait. Let us all raise for Janaganamana. जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय जय हे. Okay, now Ketraj garu, you can ask your question now.
Okay, sir. Last question,
In
sir.
brief, yeah.
Yes, yes. Madam, in our constitution, sometime in 1950s, they have added secular as a dimension. And that is really badly affecting revival of Sanaatana Dharma in India. And unfortunately, we can't call ourselves a Hindu state, despite our population being around 75 to 80% predominant with the Hindus. So can you suggest a way out?
We must pray God that such great noble people must become our rulers who can change that clause of our constitution. Then our country can be declared as Hindustan. That's all. We have to pray God. We must follow our dharma, dharmika way of life. We can bring pressure on the leaders, of course, that we can do. We can represent. We can express our wish in dharmika marga through either any letters or representations and all. What else we can do? Paramatma is the all-powerful who can do what is to be done at what time.
Right. Thank you, Visalakshi garu. Pantal Ravindra garu, please be brief.
Yeah, very brief, sir.
Put your question, not
Whatever the
your opinion.
constitution or whatever the law it may be, there should be an individual radical change should be there. Because we are losing our culture because lack of basic importance from the childhood onwards. Every
Yes.
educated, every highly earned people also now people they are getting their children to get join in the convent schools or English medium schools. Like that they are admitting. They are not at all teaching about basic or the Suklam Bharadaram or some other slokas. From childhood onwards, everybody is trying to twinkle, twinkle, little star, like poems, like that poems only they are teaching now. Now, how the Indian culture or how the Sanatana Dharma will develop if the children are at the basic stage itself, we are diverting them.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
No way either constitution or government of India or MP or parliament, whatever it may be, no will affect unless there is a radical changing from the parents. First, the parents should be changed themselves to
Right.
develop our Sanaatana Dharma. That's what I feel.
Thank you.
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Okay, please let us not diverge from the main topic which has been discussed today, Kutumba Vyavastha and the structure. If we can do the small, there are big changes to be done within the family, present wherever we are living. If we can do that and bring a order in the family, follow our traditions of whatever Madam Visalakshi Garu has said regarding of course, Shodash Samskaras have been taught. She is now, and different topics have been taken up to bring more sense to Sanatan Dharma and following Sanatan Dharma in our daily life. So let us do those things. The bigger things, it is not within the scope of here. We can only discuss, but we cannot arrive at any point. We have to arrive at how to follow Sanatana Dharma, ask that kind of questions, and I think get advice from Visalakshi Garu. That will be more apt. Okay. Hope I'm not wrong, Visalakshi Garu.
Yes, no,
Thank you.
you are right. 100% correct.
Thank you. So anyone else who wants to ask any question, please do ask and put it in English if possible. If not, then you can have, if you don't know English, then you can put it in Telugu. But first preference is English because everybody is there who are listening.
Yes.
Okay, I think there are no more questions. So I'll stop the recording first.